Hi there, my name is Ben Cohen, and this is my Who Am I cultural bag. I'm going to start here with this Bluetooth speaker. This Bluetooth speaker not only is a speaker that I love so much, but it represents how much I love music. Music is something that in very hard times, it has made me feel better, it has gotten me through. In really good times, it has made them even better than they could ever be. And music is something that really I center my life around. I feel like music is something that has helped me in gaining more self-esteem. It's something that has helped me in cognitive complexity and understanding other cultures. Because I love music from all over the world. I love music with African influence. I love music with Latin influence. And I love a lot of the music that has been made here today. Up next, I have this bottle of Sriracha right here. I initially thought it may be goofy to put this in my cultural bag, but I thought about it again. It really does mean a lot to me. I grew up with a father that he loved all sorts of food. He loved Asian food. He loved Hispanic food. He loved your everyday, your steak, your everything, sushi specifically. And growing up, I was exposed to eating all sorts of those things. Like my family has always told the story about how I was a little kid sitting at the sushi bar at 6 years old, ordering, spicy scallop hand roll, asked for side sriracha, and it's something that I've just carried on to my whole life. I really like to try new food. I really like spicy food, and I really like and I'm proud of the fact that I've tried so many different types of cuisine from all over the world. I feel like it really adds to me being more of a well-rounded person. Up next, I have this photo right here. This is going to be a photo of me and my friends, Brittany and Raina, in Las Vegas. We were there for a birthday weekend, and it was a super good time. But the reason why this stands out so much to me is because these two girls are people that have really helped me in terms of finding out who I am, really clarifying my identity within myself. Because they both are very loving and compassionate people. They both are very open-minded people, and they got to see me go through the hardest times of my life and the best times of my life. And I would say, in general, from knowing these two, I have become an extremely, a much more empathetic person and a much more well-rounded individual as a whole. I also would like to share too that I've attached this photo here because it accentuates my extrovertedness. I really take myself to be someone that cares to be social, that cares to let things out. I really like to have a release in terms of like discussing my emotions and things of the sorts, and I feel like that picture really depicts that well. Up next, I have a rainbow onesie. No, it is not comfortable. Here we go. This means a lot to me because because I'm a gay man, and that was something that wasn't always easy for me to deal with. That was something that I still am going through the process of really becoming comfortable with and loving about myself. But this onesie is a big representation for me of how far I've come. I came out when I was 21 years old, about 5 years ago. To my friends, my family, over the course of a month to everybody, and it completely changed my life. It was the scariest thing I've ever done. It was the thing that kept me the most trapped. It was the thing that, before doing so, I felt really affected my self-esteem negatively. It really made me closed-minded. It made me less of an empathetic person. And now that I have come out, I am super proud to say that I was able to wear a rainbow onesie to a music festival. And I think that is a huge pillar of who I am, as well as the growth I'm always trying to endure. It also it has affected my identity of how I see myself. It's affected the onesie also shows too how I have been able to show my presenting self to other people and have that be a lot more similar to my personal self. That's a really good feeling. Up next, I have a Coachella wristband right here. It was for Coachella 2021, which didn't happen, unfortunately. But long story short, since high school, I've loved going to music festivals. I've loved music. I've loved dancing. I've loved the culture behind dance music. I've loved the people I meet at these festivals. It's really shaped who I am as a person today. So since I was about 16 or 17, I've been going to festivals, and every time I go, I get this feeling of truly feeling like included and part of a group. Like it feels like me and this entire group of people like all kind of have this need of like feeling wanted, or wanting to feel wanted, wanting to feel needed, wanting to feel valued in this world. And somewhere that I've always been able to find that in my life has been at music festivals. Coachella especially is one that I really love and look forward to. And I'll keep these wristbands forever. Next, I'm going to talk about this hat here. As you can see, it's a little bit smushed, unfortunately, but that's just the charm of age. So this hat was given to me on a trip to Israel. I'm going to wind back again to sexuality and my freedom in that. But when I was in my early 20s, I took a trip to Israel called Birthright. It's a free trip for anyone with Jewish heritage. And they take you to Israel for free. You get to explore, you get to adventure, you get to learn all about the culture, the people, the place to see, and it really was lovely. So on that trip, I really had my mind opened in terms of my sexuality. It was an LGBT specified trip that I chose to sign up for in terms of some sort of contrary action because I really was feeling a lot of internalized homophobia, and it was very difficult for me to deal with. Going on that trip, I started to express myself in a newer way. I started to feel more free, and I started to really love every single second I had spending with gay people, this gayer version of myself. This hat was given to me in Israel from a good friend I met on the trip. And the hat helped me in terms of expressing myself more because I was able to wear it out, and it was something that was beyond my comfort level. It was something I didn't really identify with. And it was something that I wouldn't typically be nervous to be seen in, but it changed my life being able to put it on and feel the freedom of not caring what people think, as well as expressing myself in the way I hadn't before. So next here, I have this little plaque that says Dog Mom. I am indeed a dog mom or a dog father or whatever you would like to call it. It's more of a joke to say dog mom, which is more so playing on my sense of humor, which was one reason why I wanted to add it. But I do want to say too that I grew up my entire life with dogs. Like I always just knew like to take care of the dog. Like I always knew to invite the dog into my room before bed. I always knew to let the dog out in the morning. And it's just the dog life is my life. You know, I just love it. So I got this because it's something that I really identify with, and it's something that I really think has helped me to be a more nurturing and more emotionally sensitive person. I think that having a dog is something that has not only taken me out of myself in terms of depression, anxiety, things like that, but it's something that has really made me a more empathetic and nurturing person in terms of other people. The next one here is this plane ticket to Italy. A year after I went on the Birthright trip to Israel, I had planned a big trip to Italy with friends, and it was the first time other than Israel that I had just gone traveling. No parents, no rules, no this, nor that, no organization. It was just me and my friends. We were doing whatever we want. On that trip, I felt that I had grown so much, being in a place where they speak a different language. There's different cultural expectations. There's different nuances and things that you have to get used to, and it completely opened my mind and my heart to travel. I think that traveling is something that is added to my life more than many other things, because when you travel, or when I have traveled, it has made it so that I can see that other people don't have it as good as I have it. It's made it so that I can see that other cultures have different routines and traditions and things that they do that are different from mine. I have fallen victim to thinking that my culture is the best culture, that my culture is the right culture. But when you go to other places, for example, Israel or Italy, you see that there's different traditions, and you see that there is value in those things, and it adds to that trip added to my appreciation of different cultures and differences in me and other people in general. So last but not least, I have a pair of DJ headphones here, or I'm sorry, not last, almost last, second to last. I have a pair of DJ headphones right here. Basically what these represent to me is my life passion. I feel like about a year or two ago, I was feeling a little bit stagnant in my life. I was in community college and I was working in a restaurant, and I had been doing the same thing for years. But I also had always had this big lingering love and interest in music. In high school, I had a fleeting idea to produce house music or dance music or whatever, which is my favorite type of music. But the idea came and went. I was an irresponsible kid, etc. So about a year ago, I ended up going to see two of my favorite DJs perform a show, and in that show, I just felt the energy from them. Like, I felt that they just loved it, and I saw the life that could have been, and I also saw just how much of a good time I've always wanted to. I've always wanted to provide that much of a good time for other people. So since then, I started producing I started to go forward with producing music, house music, dance music, and DJing. And something that's really formulated who I am. It's really given me the sense of feeling like I'm a part of a community, I'm a part of a group, and it gives me a little bit of a groundwork in terms of meeting new people. Like, I feel like now that I'm part of this big community of DJs and music producers, I feel like now that I have a lot of common ground with a lot of other people, and with that gives me more of a sense of identity, that gives me more of a sense of confidence, that gives me more of a sense of unshakableness of who I am, and that's something that I hugely appreciate. Also, having creative passion has been something that has been able to help me deal with my emotions. It's helped me in terms of dealing with the difficulties of life, and really formulated who I am. Lastly, I'd like to talk about this apron. It's an apron from my job at a restaurant. I've always worked in restaurants since I was about 16 years old, and it's taught me how to deal with nearly anybody. I feel since working at a restaurant, I don't see myself struggling much in terms of talking to people from different cultures, people of different races, people from different countries, people of different socioeconomic statuses. I feel like working in restaurants and being a server has been something that has really helped me in terms of communicating with different sorts of people. So thank you so much for watching my cultural bag video. Bye-bye.